Once upon a time, in a vast, sun-scorched savanna, a terrible drought had gripped the land. The rivers had shrunk into narrow streams, lakes had dried into cracked earth, and every living creature, big and small, suffered from unbearable thirst. Among them was a clever but mischievous hare. Unlike the others, he had no water source of his own, no deep burrow near a hidden spring, no herd to help him dig for moisture. But what he did have was his sharp wit and cunning mind, the desperate search for water. As days passed and the drought worsened, animals fiercely guarded their water sources. The elephants had their deep wells, the antelopes had a secret stream, and the lions controlled a hidden oasis. The hare, being small and alone, had no choice but to find another way. His throat was dry, his energy fading, but his mind was as sharp as ever. If he couldn't find his own water, he would have to trick others into sharing theirs, without them realizing it. The first trick, the antelope stream. The hare knew that the antelopes drank from a small stream deep in the forest. They were cautious, drinking only in small groups to avoid predators. But the hare had a plan. One evening, he approached the stream but didn't drink. Instead, he covered himself in dust and twigs, making himself look weak and sickly. When the antelopes arrived, they gasped. "Oh, poor hare, what happened to you?" one of them asked. "I have been cursed," the hare croaked, pretending to be weak. "I wandered too close to the lion's land, and they placed a spell on me. They said if I don't touch water, I will die. But if someone else drinks first and leaves just a little, the spell will break." The antelopes, believing his story, rushed to drink, hoping to save him. As they drank, the hare waited patiently. When they left, thinking they had helped him, the hare quickly slurped up the remaining water. "What fools," he muttered to himself, hopping away with a full belly. The second trick, the elephant's well. The next day, the hare discovered that the elephants had dug a deep well where they gathered to drink. But they never allowed smaller animals near, fearing they would waste the precious water. The hare knew he couldn't fight them, but he could outsmart them. He crept close to the well at night, waiting for an opportunity. Then he let out a loud wail. "Oh, mighty elephants! The sky spirits are angry. They say if you don't let the smallest of creatures drink, the well will dry up by morning." The elephants, being wise but also superstitious, hesitated. "Is this true?" they whispered among themselves. "I have seen it happen before," the hare lied. "Let me take just a sip, and the spirits will be pleased." Nervously, the elephants allowed the hare to drink. He drank his fill, then scampered away into the night, leaving the giant beasts mumbling in worry. The third trick, the lion's oasis. The lions were the fiercest rulers of the savanna. They had an oasis hidden behind tall rocks, guarded day and night. No animal dared to approach, for fear of being eaten. But the hare, as always, had a plan. He found an old turtle shell and hid inside, rolling himself toward the oasis under the cover of darkness. The lions, thinking it was just an abandoned shell, ignored it. Once he reached the water's edge, the hare carefully dipped his tongue into the cool water and drank until his thirst was completely gone. Then, before dawn, he rolled himself back out, safe and unnoticed. The hare's downfall. For weeks, the hare continued to trick the animals, always finding clever ways to drink without being caught. But one day his luck ran out. The animals began to notice the missing water. The antelopes realized the hare had tricked them. The elephants suspected his lies, and the lions discovered tiny footprints near their oasis. "We have been fooled," they all roared in anger. The animals set a trap. The lions pretended to leave their oasis unguarded. The elephants announced they were abandoning their well, and the antelopes spread word that their stream had suddenly refilled. The hare, thinking he had another easy trick ahead, went straight for the antelope stream. But as he approached, the animals sprang from their hiding places and surrounded him. "You have stolen our water, tricked us with lies, and laughed behind our backs," the elephant boomed. The hare, realizing he had nowhere to run, tried one last trick. "But friends," he said, "I only did this to teach you all a lesson. You were keeping water to yourselves when we should have shared it." But the animals were not fooled this time. The hare's punishment. Instead of harming the hare, the animals decided on a different punishment. They made him dig his own tiny well alone. Day after day, under the scorching sun, the hare worked tirelessly, digging in the hard earth with his small paws. The animals watched, making sure he didn't sneak away. Finally, after many days, he struck water. But by then, the rainy season had arrived, and water was everywhere again. The hare had learned his lesson. Tricking others might work for a while, but in the end, honesty and hard work were the real keys to survival. From the vast savannas to the deep rainforests, let these ancient stories fill your heart with wild wisdom. Subscribe today and step into a world where animals speak, adventures unfold, and life's greatest lessons are told through timeless tales. Join our storytelling circle. Press play, gather around, and let the magic begin. Don't forget to like, share, and ring the bell so you never miss a new adventure. Your journey into the world of stories starts now.